Hey everybody, it's Matt and welcome to Let Me Share a Thought with you. This morning I am going to do some states. I haven't been doing this in a while and I've got a lot of comments and emails and haven't really had a chance to respond to all the comments and emails I've been getting, but I appreciate all the feedback and all the positive thoughts. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions and want some help with their states. So what I did today is I just picked out the states from the most recent video that people commented and asked me to help with. I'm going to do California, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Ohio, South Carolina, and Texas. So I know I'd normally do about 10 more states than that, but just didn't really have the time, and I'm working on something I think is going to be beneficial for everybody. I've been, over the last couple months, I've been working on some different strategies with the 317 chart. Shared the video last week with the, the math piece of it. But I've actually uncovered another piece that I'm going to be putting out. I probably won't put it out till this coming Monday, August the 1st, because it's going to be a monthly chart. I've found, and hopefully it'll continue on, but it works in every state. And it's been really good. I think I've hit about 7 times this month in North Carolina, so it's been a good month. So anyway, let's jump into it, and I'll talk along the way and kind of give you some more input on what I'm talking about. So starting off with California, last night's number was 335. Today's date 7/25, so we're using the 2s. I had a question about this recently too, so I want to just explain real quick on the date numbers. You add 7 plus 25 equals 32. Leave off the 10s place, use the 2s, so that's how I got the 2s. 7 plus 25 equals 32, so we're using 2s. Alright, so looking at this chart, and these numbers that I'm putting out today for these particular states, if these don't hit today, you can play these numbers all week, all the way through Sunday. I think these numbers are going to be good. If they fall, you may want to just, drop them off your list of numbers to play, but I think these are going to be some good numbers for everybody. I'll put in a little extra time to make sure I give everybody some good picks, and as I always tell you as well, you don't have to use my numbers. You can always use the chart and pick your own numbers, take a screenshot, whatever you want to do. So on California, I like 019, which is down here, 856, which is right here, 217, 228, which is actually a flip on this 7 or this 7, 323 down here at the bottom. And then on the pick 4s, I like 2538 right here and 2765, which is right here, which is actually all in here. So good luck, California. Let's move on and hit Connecticut. All right. Last night in Connecticut, the number that fell was 434. Again, we're looking at the 2s. And this chart, what I'm thinking about doing as well over the next week or two, maybe over the next month, is putting out, I'm going to do a series of tutorials, and I've done it a little bit here and there throughout the videos that I've done already, but I want to make it easier to find for everybody how to make your charts, how to play, how to pick the numbers. When I mentioned looking at patterns, how to identify patterns, what type of patterns I'm looking at, because there's a lot of different things you can do with these charts to narrow down your picks. So I'm going to be doing some tutorials on that over the next few weeks. Unfortunately, this summer's been really busy. I've been working 2 jobs. My son's been off school all summer, so in between jobs I've been babysitting and spending time with the family, playing, having fun, and so wanted to get back because there's been a lot of interest in this. I know a lot of people have been using this system, and I think it's actually been working. I know it's working for me, and I know that a lot of these numbers are going to come out this week. So Connecticut, anyway, back to Connecticut. 434. I like 187, which is right down here. 217, which is also here. 221. is actually a flip. Flipping a 7 again, 221. 925, which is all up in here. And 331, which is also a flip. I should have wrote flip beside that one, and I will. Okay, somebody goes back and watches this again. All right, 331, flipping an 8. And then on the pick fours, I like 1713, 8929, which is all right in here. And that's it for Connecticut. So again, you know, if these numbers don't hit today, you can play these numbers all week. The pick threes anyway. The pick fours, you know, I don't feel as confident about, but the pick threes I definitely do. So, all right, moving on. Florida, and I started with a little scribble up here. Apologize for that. Last night's number in Florida was 132. The date number was actually in the number drawn, so there's 4 2s on the chart. On this particular one, I like 343. Which is actually a flip, you know, which you can flip an 8 and a 9 right down here. That one didn't really fit too good in here, but I should have put 344. Anyhow, sorry about that. 253, I'm still playing 343 on the Florida pick 3. So 253, flipping an 8. And also right down here you got 253. 645 right here. 109 and 414. On the pick fours, I like 9563, which is up here. I like 1108, and that's it for Florida. Good luck, Florida. And be sure too, man, when you guys use these numbers or use these charts and win, you know, let me know. I'd like to share it with everybody. I have gotten, you know, some pretty good feedback on a few of the questions I asked on the last video about, you know, superstition and, you know, the randomness of the lottery and so on. So, you know, I'd love to hear what everybody thinks about these things. If you've got a different take on some of these things that I do, you know, I'd love to hear that as well. You know, this is ever evolving for me. I try to, you know, get better and better at this, you know, obviously to make more money. So, Georgia, last night's number drawn was 321. You know, basically the opposite of Florida. Florida had 132s, 321 in Georgia. The date numbers was actually 4 because the number was in the chart. I like 546. I like 254. I like 334. I like 527, which is right here. 543 right up the middle, and then on the pick fours I like 3584 and 3964. This little block right in here. All right, so good luck, Georgia. Next state is Louisiana. Last night's number in Louisiana was 727. Again, looking at the 2s, we had 2 in the number that fell, so we got 4 2s on the chart. On this particular chart, I like 925, which is right here and here. I like 334, right in here. 142, which is down here at the bottom. 106 and 109. All right, and then on the pick fours, I like 57.99, 53.27, which is. I get that. Actually, that's actually a flip too. Flipping an 8 here at 5327. All right, good luck, Louisiana. North Carolina, last night's number was 568. And you'll notice too, one of the things I mentioned on the last video about the math, you know, numbers making sense and so on. When I'm picking these numbers, a lot of times I'm looking at the math, and I'll explain a couple of these in the North Carolina, you know, set to you. Looking at the 2s, I like 373, which is here, 612, 109, 313, and 941. Now, if you look at the math, like let's pick 941 for instance. You got 5, which is 9 minus 4. Is 5. 6, which is 9 minus 4 plus 1, 6. And then 8, 9 plus 1 is 8. Again, like 612, you know, you got 6 minus 1 is 5. You got 1, 6, and then you got 6 plus 2 is 8. So those are some of the things that I look at, you know, and the numbers making sense, and the math that I explained last week on the videos. So, all right, good luck, North Carolina. I think I did the pick fours, 3326 on the pick four, which is right here, and then 5712 if I didn't already say that. All right, good luck, North Carolina. New Jersey, last night's number in New Jersey was 692. Again, we had a date number in the number drawn, so we got 4 2s on the chart. This particular one I like 347, 343, 527, which is actually a flip on one of these 2s, 337, and 323. On the pick 4s, I like 5263, 3513, and that's pretty much it for New Jersey. All right, good luck, New Jersey. New Mexico. Now this is a brand new one I've not looked at. I didn't realize they didn't even have a pick 4 in New Mexico, so I did start right pick 3 and 4. Sorry about that. But New Mexico falls into the same as everybody else. I mean, these charts work. I've seen the numbers. I went back and looked at some of the history on the pick 3. They're definitely there. So. In New Mexico, I picked several doubles. I like 262 as a flip, either flipping this 1 to a 6 or this 7 to a 2. Then we got 252, 323, and 437, which 437 is actually a flip as well. I should have wrote flip on that one. Flipping a 2 right here. One thing that I've noticed on the flips, you know, that's another one of those questions I get from time to time. If you've got doubles side by side like 2-2, and then it's joined by the invert, the flip of 2 is 7. And when that 7 is sitting beside of the 2s somewhere, you know, basically touching these 2 2s, I'll play one of these 2s as a flip. You know, I just do that, and I've seen it work a lot. So. Anyway, 323, 437, and then the following last one here is 821. And again, these numbers all are the ones that I feel make sense. 6 minus 2 is 4, 6 plus 2 is 8, and then 2 minus 2 is 0, and you can do that either way. 2 minus 6 is 4, minus 4, 0. And then 252, they all work into the math. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and go through all that with you again because the video's already running long. So, all right, good luck in New Mexico. Hopefully this helps you. I did get, you know, like I said, a comment asking to help with New Mexico. So, and all of these, I mean, every single one of these states I'm doing today was in the comment section of my last video, you know, or I got an email from somebody. And you know, I do try to get to those emails and comments and respond to everybody, and I've done a lot better job in the past than I've been doing recently, so I apologize for not getting back as quick as I could. But I'm going to try to, you know, address them on the videos, and I'm also going to try to respond, you know, via email and replying to your comments. So, you know, please keep doing that. All right, last night in New York was 959. Again, looking at the 2s. On this one, I like 257, 414, 281. 437 is actually a flip on this particular chart. You can flip either one of these 2s, and again, you got the 7 right beside the 2 here. So I did the 437. And hopefully I'm not confusing everybody with adding my little quirky things in here. You know, it's a pretty straightforward chart. You don't have to get, you know, extra fancy to find the right numbers. It's just a matter of, you know, knowing your states, knowing your patterns, and, you know, seeing how things happen and, you know, adjusting accordingly. All right, so 941 right here, and then 241 on both sides of this 2. So on the pick 4, I like 1308. And again, this is another one of my little patterns I like. If there's a date number that's kind of floating in the middle row, I usually pick the 4 numbers around it, and I like to go top, bottom, left, right. And sometimes it's the opposite, bottom, top, right, left. You know, sometimes this number's actually in it as well, but today I went with the 1308. And then 8574 is kind of right. It's running right through here, 8574. That's another one of those little patterns I've been seeing across the country recently. It's like, if you look at this, 8 and 7 is 1, 5 and 4 is 1, so 8, 5, 7, 4. It's kind of how I came up with that particular order. I'm still working on the system for getting the right number order on the pick 4. I hit pick 4 twice this month in North Carolina. Neither time I got it in the right order. One time I actually got it exactly backwards. So I'm getting closer, and hopefully I'll hit one of those pretty soon. But be sure to leave me a comment. Let me know when you guys hit them as well. So I'd love to hear it. All right, Ohio. Next one is last night's number was 553. And oddly enough, the Ohio daytime number yesterday was like 959, and the New York daytime number I think was like 553. They were like basically the same numbers in different orders in Ohio and New York. So you may, if you're in Ohio, you may want to follow that New York chart to kind of give you some ideas on what numbers are coming, and vice versa with New York watching Ohio. So North Carolina here, we watch South Carolina, and South Carolina watches North Carolina because they take turns following each other. One number will come out in South Carolina, then it'll come out in North Carolina the next day, or one digit off. Anyway, all right, so we got the 2s pretty close together down here at the bottom. I like the 246 straight right here. 437 again. That 437, is hitting like every state this month. So, I tried to incorporate that in. If you haven't seen 437 hitting your state, even if you're not one of the states that I'm doing today, play that number this week, because that number just has been, I don't know how, it came out in North Carolina and South Carolina this weekend, like back to back. And I've seen it in like 5 other states. So good number to play if it hadn't hit in your state this month. 322, 192, and 128. On the pick 4s, I like 36, 49, which is another little pattern. When it's boxed in like this, I play it crisscross 36, 49, or 36, 9, 4. And then the other one, 3962, is right here, 3962. And that's also 3962. All right, good luck, Ohio. South Carolina. Now I hit 2 or 3 times in South Carolina this month as well. I live right on the border of North and South Carolina, so I have the luxury of playing both states. And unfortunately I've also made the mistake of playing a number in North Carolina and not in South Carolina, and having that number fall in South Carolina. So if you're playing 2 states like that, you definitely need to play the numbers in both states each day. Either that or just, don't play both states. So the last night's number for South Carolina doesn't do a daytime Sunday draw. They do a nighttime or evening Sunday draw. The number that came out last night was 069. And on this chart too, again, the 2s are kind of grouped together here at the bottom. I like 632. Which is actually a flip, which I did not write. Flipping a 1, you got all the 632s, and that could very well come 321. The 321 is fallen in North and South Carolina, a few times this month, so I really just kind of stayed away from that one, even though it's kind of obvious right here, 321. And if it comes out again, I may, maybe prove wrong. We've had some repeat numbers in North Carolina and South Carolina that have hit as many as 3 times this month. Anyway, so 412 right here in the middle, 821, 514, and 523. Pick 4s, 5437, 1381, which is 1381 in my little top, bottom, left, right thing. Alright, so good luck, South Carolina. And again, these numbers are going to be good. In my opinion, they should be good for the whole week. So if they haven't hit today, some numbers that you can continue to play. And then finally for today, I did Texas. Texas number last night was 619. We got the 2s, spread out, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. And a lot of times, I told somebody this the other day, a lot of times when you got the 1 all by itself, it's usually going to come from this area for the pick 3. And it's also usually, whenever the pick 3 comes from this end, the pick 4 comes from this end, and vice versa. If the pick 3 comes here, the pick 4's here. And if I said that twice the same, just reverse it. But anyway, that's how, you know, a lot of times I'll look at these. 437, again, that's that number I said, and you know, I've seen it come out all over the place, over 437, 326, 241 is actually a flip. I did a right flip. Okay, so flipping a 9 there, or you can flip the 9 at the bottom. It could also come 291, you know, because 291's at the top and the bottom, touching all three twos, so that may be, I may have flipped that incorrectly. I did that for the math purposes. 2 plus 4 is 6. 2, you know, 4 minus 2 minus 1 is 1, and then 2 times 4 plus 1 is 9. 929, 529. 529 is at the top and the bottom as well. On the pick fours, I did it once again, 1396 and 5298 down here at the bottom. Because like I said, if you know, if you're picking here for the threes, here's the fours, and here's the threes, here's the fours, and it's kind of hard to, you know, to know which is which. But anyway, I probably made that more confusing than I needed to. So anyway, hope this helps you guys out. You know, I'm going to try to put up another video or two this week. If you guys, you know, if I didn't do your state today and you want me to do your state on the next video, you know, leave me a comment. I'll try to get back to my full, like I'm up to I think 21 states now. I think today I only did like 10. Still kind of a long video because I talked a lot, but you know, I wanted to put a little bit of information out, let everybody know that I'm still making videos, and I appreciate all the comments and questions, and you know, sorry I hadn't got back to you quick as I can, or quick as I could or should have, I guess. Not can's probably not the right word because I've been awful busy, but anyway, I hope this helps. Be looking for the new video, the new one coming out August 1st, next Monday. Is going to be hot. I feel really good about that one. I went back, I've done research, and I've looked at all 20 states, and New Mexico's number 21, so I say all 20 states because I didn't have New Mexico on my list until recently. But you know, I've been grinding through these numbers late night, trying to see these patterns and try to figure out some easier ways to pick numbers that you can play more often. And man, I've stumbled onto something. It wasn't until this week that I figured it out, but man, it's been anywhere from 65 to 90% effective on a monthly basis in all the states that I do. So look forward to sharing that with you real soon, and hope this all helps. If you enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, leave me a comment if you got a question or a concern, or if you just want to, you know, say, hey, I won some money on the lottery. You know, I appreciate that. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.